The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, has issued an urgent warning to U.S. government agencies regarding a critical security vulnerability in Wing FTP Server. The flaw is currently being actively exploited and carries the potential to be chained in remote code execution attacks, putting unpatched federal systems at serious risk. CISA's directive makes clear that immediate remediation is not optional. Agencies must act before exploitation leads to deeper network compromise. This video is sponsored by Stonefly. More on that at the end of the video. U.S. government entities have been instructed to assess and reinforce their cybersecurity posture without delay, taking immediate steps to prevent potential breaches stemming from unpatched Wing FTP server instances. CISA's warning reflects the seriousness of the threat, particularly given the vulnerability's potential role in chained attack sequences targeting federal infrastructure. At the heart of CISA's directive is an actively exploited security flaw affecting Wing FTP Server, a file transfer solution used across numerous federal agencies. The vulnerability can be weaponized as part of a broader, multi-stage cyber attack strategy designed to achieve unauthorized remote code execution on compromised systems. Threat actors are actively targeting the flaw in Wing FTP Server, leveraging it to execute remote code on affected systems. The vulnerability can be combined with other exploits in multi-stage attacks, creating a pathway to deeper network infiltration and broader system compromise. Federal agencies running unpatched Wing FTP server instances face immediate and elevated risk, making rapid remediation a top priority across government networks. CISA has laid out mandatory steps for federal agencies to follow, with a firm compliance deadline of October 25, 2023. The directive reflects the agency's acknowledgement that active exploitation is already underway, and that delayed action significantly increases the window of exposure for government systems. Agencies must immediately evaluate all Wing FTP server instances within their environments to determine the extent of vulnerability exposure. Every identified instance must be updated with the latest available security patches to close the exploited attack surface. Verification. Agencies are required to confirm full compliance with the patching directive before the specified deadline to ensure no vulnerable instances remain operational. While CISA's directive is aimed at U.S. federal agencies, the threat posed by this Wing FTP server vulnerability extends well beyond government networks. Any organization running an unpatched instance of Wing FTP server is potentially exposed, and the advisory serves as a broader warning to the private sector and critical infrastructure operators as well. Security teams should implement continuous surveillance across their environments for any signs of exploitation attempts targeting Wing FTP server. Organizations that have already applied patches should conduct thorough forensic checks for indicators of compromise to determine whether exploitation occurred prior to remediation. Organizational awareness. Security leadership should reinforce the importance of timely patching practices, particularly for vulnerabilities that have been confirmed as actively exploited in the wild. CISA's warning encapsulates the danger of unpatched systems within critical infrastructure environments. With active exploitation already confirmed and chained RCE attacks a documented risk, federal agencies and private organizations alike must regard this directive as a high-priority security obligation. The window to act is narrow, and the consequences of inaction could extend far beyond a single compromised server. And now a word from our sponsor. Get a Stonefly real-time auto threat detection and response security appliance for $1,499. The Stonefly SA365 is a turnkey on-prem security appliance designed to identify and respond to cyber threats like malware, brute force, and SQL injection attacks. It monitors for suspicious binaries and command executions while blocking malicious actors using threat intelligence. It also supports custom Yara rules and integrates with network IDS for real-time threat detection and response. Powered by an Intel 13 Gen, 14-core processor, 16 GB DDR5 memory upgradable up to 96 GB, 1 TB NVMe SSD, and multiple Ethernet ports, including dual 10G SPF plus Ethernet ports. The appliance is configured for centralized visibility with real-time alerts and is scalable and enterprise-ready. contact sales@stonefly.com to schedule a demo today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more cybersecurity news and updates.